How good to see everybody here this morning. And of course, I want to remind you to take out whatever device you have, turn it off or silent it so that it doesn't distract you or anybody else. And if you're home, it's also helpful to sit in a place that's quiet for this service and also turn off your devices and do the wonderful thing, which is not to multitask. Just do one thing at a time. So we're so grateful to have you all with us, whether you're in person here, whether you're online. And we're going to start with an opening song by Susan Clark. Susan.
Thank you, Marilyn. So if you please stand, and we'll have the lyrics on the screen here. This is written by Gary Lynn Floyd and Robin Hackett. And I'm going to have our special guest. I'm so excited. This is Annie Benjamin. She's going to join me on this first song with flute. And you'll hear more from her later. But all righty. All right, are we ready? All right.
Let us All right, thank you so much. Okay, turn to somebody and say, hey, hey. And turn to somebody else and say, yeah, yeah. And turn to everybody and say, we are family. Indeed, indeed. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. You may not recognize me, but I am Reverend Gil William Olmsted, formerly known as the spiritual director here until they couldn't find me. No. I've been busy doing a lot of things and only surviving it due to the help of many others. So thank you all so much. So I'm here, and I'm happy to be here, and I hope everyone else is happy to be here as well. We are here because we come together to transform our world with the power of love in action. Whew. All right. And in order to do that, we have many staff, volunteers. I don't know what you call the other people, but there's some people that are somewhere in between there. I don't know. There's a lot of people, and we have people working the sound booth and the computer booth, and making sure that people out there on the camera can see us and hear us, and people that have set some stuff up for food for later. And the bookstore is up and running with candles not burning but lit up. So there's a lot happening. So thank you so much. I also just want to acknowledge our practitioners who today will be serving us. First of all, you already met Marilyn, who is doing our pulpit assisting activities, which include our mission and vision statement and a reading. And Reverend Molly has graciously volunteered to be our invocation and our evocation and our benediction prayer person. And I know that Chris Duvall is holding high watch for us. And I appreciate all who are doing those things. Thank you so much. And without further ado, I would like to invite Molly to pray us all in.
Okay, so after that exuberant opening, let's come into our center. And so just notice what it's like to be sitting where you are right this instant. Together, let's take a deep breath in, and out with it goes every thought of anything that's happened up until this very moment. Another deep breath in, and out with it goes any thought of anything that might happen next. One more deep breath in, and out with it, the mind relaxes its grip behind your eyes, where it thinks it lives, and finds its way down, 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 where we connect with the ground of all being from which everything arises. From this still center point, we open our minds and our hearts to receive the message of the day on every level possible. And we don't do this work for ourselves alone, but we offer it out to others. And in offering this prayer, we know it's answered right here, right now, and in every moment of now. And so it is. Amen.
So this community is built on principles of New Thought, Ancient Wisdom and the science of mind. And what we like to do is just anchor some basics, particularly for us to remember, and for anyone that's new, perhaps to support you in understanding a little bit about what we're about. So 4 different things can be said about what we believe. One of them is that there's only one power in the universe. How many? 1. How many names? Many. We don't know how many. They just keep going. We believe that thought is creative. So, in other words, we participate in what's happening in our lives. And so sometimes we have to rethink what we're thinking about what's happening in our lives and realign with spirit and the truth. And we believe that everything is either an expression of love or a call for love. It's all love, no matter how you look at it. And so we open ourselves up to working through those things that look like a call for love and being the expression of love wherever we can. And finally, we are whole, perfect, and complete, which means there's nothing to be gained or added. We just have the opportunity to find who we are, to allow it to come forth. So that's just a little tidbit of who we are. I'm grateful to everyone who's here this morning. I see some faces that haven't been here in a while. I see some faces that haven't been here very often. I think I see some new faces. It's all happening today. So first of all, we always like to welcome our second and third timers because they're the bravest. They came once and they still came back, so that's good. Thank you. We're happy you're here. Is there anybody here with us for the first time or out there in La La Land with us in the internet section? Okay. Look, our guest artist is with us for the first time. Thank you, Annie. Thank you. And so what we'd like to do is, well, I don't want to steal anyone's thunder, but apparently not in the room with us, but we do have a new grandchild of one Carmela who just came into the world. So there are new people, yes. So let us bless one another and bless that wonderful child with these words. Repeat after me. We see you. We know who you really are. You are the divine image and likeness of Spirit. We love you. We thank God for you. And we welcome you to Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Welcome. All right. So I'd like to invite Marilyn to come forward, and she will be sharing with us our next couple things here.
So we're going to do our vision and mission statement. Please join me in reading those. Our vision: transforming our world with the power of love in action. And our mission: loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. Love that. And I am doing the reading today, and I'm reading from the Science of Mind for this month and next month, and this is available in the bookstore if you don't have yours yet. I get mine delivered to my house. It's pretty cool. And this is, I love these daily meditations. I like them, usually I like them all, but these are really good this month. This is called Let Go. And it's interesting to me because I'm never quite sure what it means to let go. Sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than hanging on, and that's Eckhart Tolle. And then the next quote is Ernest Holmes from The Science of Mind. We need not coerce. We do not create the power, but we must let this great power operate through us. And this is what she writes. I see a miracle happening in my life. My dream of building a home with my husband is manifesting right now. As of this writing, the builder just poured the foundation. When this magazine is published, we will be living in our new home. But this is no ordinary home, it's Spirit's home. Making this home a reality was truly a lesson in letting go and letting Spirit lead us. A year ago, we began talking about buying a home. There were long discussions about what we wanted. One morning, it occurred to me that my desire to own a home was getting in the way of not only having a home, but also of having a harmonious marriage. My husband was conflicted about taking on the maintenance of a home and yard. He never wanted to mow a lawn or shovel snow again. David Hawkins writes about desire in letting go. Desire literally means I do not have. In other words, if we say that we desire something, we are saying that it isn't ours. When we say that it isn't ours, we put a psychic distance between ourselves and what we want. The answer was for me to surrender and know that Spirit had the perfect solution for both of us. Through a series of serendipitous events, we were led to the perfect new home development, which offered everything we wanted and included lawn maintenance and snow removal. Letting go is a powerful spiritual tool. We acknowledge that what we desire is already ours. And the affirmation is, I let go of my need to control and allow Spirit to show me the way. Thank you. Now we have another song from Susan.
Hey, look, it's an entire band. I don't know where. Well, they were just wandering around in the parking lot, and I said, "Hey, guys, come on in here." So I want to take just a moment to introduce my guest artist today. This is Annie Benjamin, and Annie, this is everybody, and. I happen to, I'm on Facebook a lot. I'm a Facebook stalker, actually. And I ran across a video of Annie at a live performance at a place called The Thirsty Eye. And I thought, I'm gonna contact her and see if I can get her here to RGCSL. And here she is. So Annie has 4 CDs, and if you would be interested, she has some for purchase back there, some merchandise at the back of the room today. 3 of them are self-produced. The last one was produced by a pretty heavy hitter in the music business. Why don't you tell them who produced your last album?
My last album was produced by Brady Blade, and Brady Blade is a drummer who has performed with Dave Matthews and Sean Colvin and Steve Earle and the Indigo Girls, and then he's also produced a number of people, including Emmylou Harris. So it was a real joy to get to work with him. It's amazing that the reading was so appropriate because I actually wanted to make a record and I sold my house and I made an album and I trusted.
That's commitment.
So, yeah. It's going to work out because it is.
Yeah.
It is working out.
So more about Annie later, but we're going to be doing 2 of her original songs, and this one is called Glory. Glory. Yeah. Oh, we have Ben and Victor and John as part of the band too. You guys know them, so give them a little love there. Yeah. So, all righty.
Have a sec here. I
Wish us
fix
luck.
this note. All right, there we go.
Okay.
We're there. You ready?
Okay, are you on?
There's a train they call glory. I can hear it rolling down the tracks tonight. And it's going to a place they call a holy. I'll be jumping aboard that train.
Yes, yes, indeed. Support your live local music, yeah.
Thank you. What a band, huh?
About 2 songs. What happened there? Oh, it's coming. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Annie. That was incredible. And the band. And the band. So, this morning we have the privilege and honor of having the practitioner, not so reverend yet, Yvette Trujillo with us to offer her words of wisdom. And I just want to say that she is one of our latest additions to the board. And she is, yes, there you go. And she has incredible insight and wisdom. It sometimes amazes me when I sit in a room with people and I hear them say things and I think, wow, how'd they think of that? But it's just the way she has of putting things together. So not only what you see here, what comes forth here, but how she puts together pieces of programming and strategy and all that kind of stuff. So I just really appreciate her, and we're grateful to have her share with us this morning. Yvette?
Not that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Reverend Gill. That was very sweet of you. Did it hurt? You had to be nice to me. You're like, I guess. I like her. She's all right. All right. No, and yes. Good morning. Oh my goodness, the music. Thank you so much. What I kept thinking of was, as I pull out my pants because I forgot my belt, what I kept thinking of as I was listening to the music is I felt like I was being carried by the river, carried by the vibration of all of those beautiful instruments and by the harmony. It felt like a conversation. Thank you for showing up so fully. It really touched my heart, and I could feel that it was touching all of you. Hi, I'm Yvette. Welcome to the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. It's so good to have you here. We are in the month of November, and as you know, we move through the series that the Big House, the Centers for Spiritual Living, put together for us, global theme for the year. And this month we are talking about the mundane, the sacred, and the profane. Oh my. I really wish I was here for the profane. That would have been fun. I kind of dig that kind of dark side of things, but pero no, but no. Instead, I'm here for the sacred. No, just kidding. So we're exploring the sacred today. And you know, what we think of a lot of times, I don't know in these circles so much, but a lot of times when we think of the sacred, we think of particular things. We think of spaces and particular times where things are special. So we define sacred as, well, you know, opposite of like the everyday life. Right? So it's like dedicated, set apart, highly valued, important, considered to be holy and deserving of respect. I'm saying that very flippantly. I don't mean to. Let me change my tone. Especially because of a connection to the idea of God. That's what we generally think of when we think of sacred, like the royal we. And the truth is that sacred is not only found, you know, on our meditation cushion, not only found in our spiritual practice, not only found here, right? We're in a sanctuary and we're having a service, a spiritual service where we're learning and growing and hopefully growing and getting new ideas and expanding ourselves, right? So this space in itself might be considered to be a sacred space. But today we're going to explore the sacred in both the expected and the unexpected ways that it shows up in our lives. And my hope is that we'll be able to open ourselves up to the adventure of finding the sacred in those unexpected places and in those unexpected ways. Because I think that even though we think we might be outside the box, that sometimes without being aware of it, we're inside the box and some things are this way and some things are that way. So the first way that we're going to look at sacred is as connection. So Imagine you're sitting in prayer or you're in meditation, and you have through that activity an experience of a connection with God, a connection with Spirit, a connection with all that is, right? And so many times when we think of that, we think of that being in the experience of prayer or meditation. I've certainly had those experiences when I'm in study. I love studying, I love learning, I love introspection, I love it. And when I'm in that space and I'm like, oh my, really? That's my relationship to God, to world, to life? Those moments are like the ones that are highlighted in the bright yellow, right? Those are the ones that we consider to be sacred, and the way in which we access the sacred. And even when we look at affirmative prayer, so affirmative prayer is the kind of prayer that we do in Centers for Spiritual Living. And there are 5 steps. And the first 2 steps are recognition. God is all there is. God. However you're going to conjure that up in your mind, God is. And then there's unification. And I am too. God is, I am. We are in the process of prayer in that sacred space. We are conjuring up the truth, but our own remembering of the truth that God is all there is, and we are one with that divine, right? Sacred space. But the reality is that this experience can be had and is available to you everywhere, all the time. You don't need to be on your cushion. You don't need to be in the chair. You don't need to be here listening to beautiful, amazing music and a band it's fancy and it's really nice and it's cool, and I recommend it a lot. But it's not just here. It's not just in those experiences. Here's a quote from Eckhart Tolle from The Power of Now. He says, "We have forgotten what rocks, plants, and animals still know. We have forgotten how to be still, to be ourselves, to be where life is, here and now. To bring your attention to as a stone, a tree, or animal does not mean to think about it, but simply to perceive it, to hold it in your awareness. A rock. Well, the rock, of course, is sacred. But my connection to rock, to tree, to animal is sacred. And when I turn my attention to the truth of that, then I am in connection with the divine every bit as much as I am when I'm on my cushion. I don't sit on a cushion. I keep saying that. I'm like, I couldn't get up off the cushion. Some people sit on a cushion. I have a lazy boy. The retreat that we had a couple of weeks ago, which was beautiful, the community retreat that we had in Pecos, is an example, a beautiful example of an intentional sacred space, right? We came together. I mean, my goodness, it's in a monastery. Like, I wonder if it was intended to be a sacred space. We got together, and there were certain expectations that I certainly had and that were set as, like, here's the thing. We're coming together. We're going to be community, and it's going to be holy. So it was a sacred space, right? But what other experiences could be sacred? I mean, Belinda and I went for a beautiful walk the first morning. Belinda, my wife, went for a beautiful walk in the Pecos. It's fall, sun is shining. We're all buffed and shiny because we're together as community. And I'm picking, grass, dried grass, and flowers and branches and putting them together. And it's so great. It was sacred. But where else might we experience the sacred, right? Walking just down the street in this beautiful place. At this beautiful time of year, I've been waiting for the cool. I'm so grateful for it. So every time I step outside and I don't get scorched, I am just thrilled, and there is the sacred. Eating a meal. Not the big Sunday meal, not the Christmas meal, not the Thanksgiving meal that's almost here, right? Those are cool, but like a Tuesday. Sacred. Meatloaf. I don't make meatloaf. I like it though. The papas con carne, which is what it's like our family dinner, with beans. Regular. In that experience of having dinner, of nourishing my body, of being present with my wife, or if my family or my friends are around, that is sacred. It is a sacred experience. Why is it sacred? Because I say so. Because I turn my attention to that experience. I am with it. And so when I am with it, I am connected to the divine, because guess what? Y'all are it. Right here and right now, even if I wasn't in this beautiful space, if I was in your presence, I would be in the presence of the divine. And it's a matter of turning our attention to that. When I put the trash out, or go get the... Stop. I sometimes put the trash out. I heard the laugh. Every once in a while, I put the trash out. When I put the trash out or go check the mail, I also don't do that all the time. And I see a neighbor, and I say hello. And not just wave, but say hello. And if they're close enough by, say, hi, how's it going? Putting the trash out, sacred. They seem like maybe the furthest thing from sacred. But these are the very kinds of engagements with the world, the everyday kinds that can serve as a conduit for our connection to God, our conscious awareness of our connection to God. We're always connected. So it's not a question of our connection. It is our conduit for our awareness of our connection to spirit, to the sacred in every moment. And we can nurture, sorry, I'm ahead at the next story I'm telling you. We can nurture the awareness of our connection at any given moment. Here's my story. My brother made me laugh so hard. I was raised Catholic. My brother is still Catholic, and he was going to church, and he said, one day before the end of service, whatever the heck it's called in the Catholic Church, I can't remember, Mass, thank you, ding, ding, ding. The priest said to everybody, now remember, as you leave, to be kind to one another in the parking lot, and not yell at each other, not be aggressive, and not give each other, he didn't say this part, but flip each other the bird. Because what was happening is that as people were leaving Mass, they were being horrible to each other in the parking lot. And that's not just Catholics.
No, it's not.
They just left. As they crossed the threshold from a sacred space and moved out into the world, all of that devotion and recognition of the divine left behind them. And they're being awful to each other in the parking lot. Goodness. We choose where to see the sacred. Sacred, sorry, here's a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. Each thought, each action in the sunlight of awareness becomes sacred. Each thought, each action in the sunlight of awareness becomes sacred. So now I want to talk to you about sacred as mindset. Our brains are really interesting and brilliant things. And what we have evolved to be able to do is to categorize our world quickly. We're very efficient. And we needed to be, right? Survival. Like we had to be able to do this. This is good. This is bad. This is safe. This is unsafe. This is fun. This is boring. This is sacred. This is profane. This is mundane. We categorize. We're good at it. And we're efficient. But what happens is in that efficiency, we detach ourselves from our natural given talent and ability to be curious because we've categorized, right? That's safe, that's not safe. In some places and in some ways that's good, and in some places and in some ways, when we categorize things in a particular way without being curious, it's not necessarily a good thing. That's a whole other talk, sorry. But we want to be able to transition ourselves from this really finely tuned machine of a brain that has developed and evolved in order for us to categorize things, to slow it down, and to be curious and to ask questions. I wonder what that is. It looks like this, but is it indeed so? In order to drop into being able to see deeper into the details of life. Right? To be able to see into the everyday things that we categorize and instead, sacred, yes, not sacred, really? We have to be able to pause because we're just automatically moving. Not a bad thing. It's how we survived. It's how we're still here. However, now we can make new choices and we can change, being able to look beyond the surface at the appearance of things, to look into the truth and beauty and our own awareness of things. This is an important part of expanding our experience of the sacred. It requires us to turn off our autopilot and to look for God. Look for God in the bubbles. When I'm washing the dishes, there's these bubbles. They're pretty cool. The water is warm. I have a particular kind of sponge that I use on purpose, and I love it. And when I'm out of them, I freak out. And I get to use my little sponge on my dishes. When I was a kid, I used to like washing the dishes because in my home where I grew up, where my mama still lives, we have a big picture window, big, looking out at the mountains and pecan trees, and it's so nice. I don't have, it's a wall. So I don't have that now, but there are bubbles. And there is warm water that comes out of a tap just because I turn the faucet a certain way. I have dishes that I can wash because I need to wash them because I had a meal that I fed myself and my wife. It is sacred. It is sacred. The little things. God is in the bubbles. God is in the bubbles of my sink water. Belinda and I were out for a walk the other day, and lately I've been seeing this gentleman in my neighborhood, and I say lately, a couple of weeks, this has come to my awareness as I've been working on this talk. He's a guy who's walking through our neighborhood, and he's got these two little dogs, and he just meanders. Doesn't walk fast. I see him, and I wave. But I've been watching him and noticing, like, he's out walking his dog. Like, his dogs aren't leashed. They're just going. And I was like, well, that's interesting, isn't it? And I looked a little closer, and his dogs are old. Real old little guys. Oh, like my Pignon. My buddy. He passed over the, what do you call it, Rainbow Bridge. Little old guy. And so I watched him taking these little sweet meandering walks multiple times a day in our neighborhood with these little dogs. And then we were walking our dogs, and Belinda goes over to say hi and introduce him to one of our dogs, Gigi, as I'm across the street as the introvert holding the little Chihuahua corgi because she's annoying and I'm scared of people. And she's engaging with this lovely man who's so friendly and was waving and talking to Belinda, and our dogs were getting to know each other. I had never seen him before. I'd never noticed him before. And it touched my heart so deeply to see the way that he engaged with his sweet little old dogs. He was so patient and so tender. I could see the tenderness in his eyes. I could feel it in the slow way that he walked, and that he would just stop when, they were sniffing whatever. I wouldn't have noticed it. That was sacred to me. I love animals. I love dogs. I love little old dogs. I've had lots of them. And it touched my heart in a way that I would have missed, and that I had been missing because I wasn't recognizing, I wasn't turning my attention to the moment of driving down the street, getting where I'm going, and thinking about all the things that I've got to do that are on my to-do list, as opposed to being present to this precious expression of God that was loving his little animals in the way that I do. I saw that because I took the time, because I paused about my ideas of what he was, what he wasn't, what he deserved in my time and attention. I shifted my mindset. And that kind of shift, y'all, becomes a catalyst for more. When you begin to turn your attention to the little things and recognize Spirit, all of a sudden, Spirit's jumping out at you from everywhere. In the tiniest things. And it is a wonderful experience. Just 2 weeks of turning my attention. It's been profound. The third way that we're talking about sacred today is in action. So when we bring this shifted mindset to our activity in the world, we really double down on our own transformation and that of the world that is watching us, that is feeling us, that is experiencing us. My therapist used to tell me, if thinking could be a gold medal, you would have it. Like you think. Like the problem is not your thinking about things, Yvette. It's that now you need to move out into the world and be with the world and be in action, engaging with the world. You've got it down right here. Now it's time to go out. I don't see her anymore. And I know you fellow introverts understand what I'm saying. I know you do. It can feel really overwhelming. But it contributes to our collective evolution. It contributes to us and our evolution, and it contributes to our collective evolution. So give it a try. So this big adventure that I'm talking about is finding the sacred and the unexpected through our activity and engagement with the world. That's how we find it. That's how we know the connection, is we actually go out and do it and not just think about it. Thinking is cool. I am a big fan of thinking, but it's doing. Reverend Ryan Alexander is a co-minister of Soul Evolution Collaborative, Centers for Spiritual Living teaching chapter. And they say the sacred is saying yes when we are called to say yes. Stepping out into the unknown and bringing our authentic selves to the activity of life. The commitment to the flow of life, in essence, becomes one of the most sacred acts. To breathe in, breathe out, and move in ways that speak to our connection with all that is. Moving in the world, being in the world. If you were here last week or watched the recording, you may have heard my lovely wife talk about our commitment that we have made to being back here at Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. And that took something because my whole life has been a pursuit of belonging. My whole life has been a pursuit of belonging, as if it were out there. And I prayed, and I meditated, and I cried, and my heart broke because I just wasn't experiencing belonging. I kept it on the cushion. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's important. But equally as important is the moving of our feet, right? We treat, and we move our feet. And I was in the lazy boy with my feet up. Was super comfortable, but not doing much from my experience of belonging. And so Belinda and I had some long conversations about that. And we decided that we would move out beyond our four walls and into this community. And in this activity of our engagement, in every conversation that we're having, in whatever snacks we're enjoying or bringing, baking. We baked some muffins today. Belinda is now volunteering behind the camera. I'm on the board. You heard that earlier. Yeah. This, I have found, is the safest place for me to practice all the new things that I'm learning. And it's still scary as hell. Because I'm real comfortable on my cushion, lazy boy. I'm real comfortable there. And stretching is always uncomfortable. But you are our sacred yes. You are the community and the stretch and the sacred that we are so joyfully experiencing and moving into and expanding with. Because the sacred exists all around us and all the time. It's not reserved for the sanctuary. It's not reserved for your lazy boy. It's not reserved for the retreat, although it was really awesome. But it's available in every moment because everything in life is indeed sacred. Everything. Including the mundane, including the profane, including the stuff we already call sacred. Including this philosophy wherever we use it, wherever we engage with it, and however we do that. It is the very action of our lives. So my invitation to you for this week is to ask yourselves, what has to change in my awareness to see all things as sacred? What has to change? And then observe the world. Just watch it. And experience interactions that you're having, even those that you're having with yourself, through the eyes of sacredness. And notice how this shift feels. Feel it in your mind, feel it in your body. What has to change in my awareness to see all things as sacred? It's a big shift in the way that we have thought in the past, perhaps. But my questions for myself as I'm in the world have been, here's a fun one, why is the world such a mess? When is the divine going to show up in this poop show? Where is God in all of this as I see what's happening in the world? And the answer is the divine spirit, the sacred. It's centered in you. That's where God is in all of this. That's where the sacred is in all of this. And so my invitation is, change your thinking about what sacred is and show up. Let's pray. And so turning our attention to the air around us, turning our attention, if we can, to the experience of the chair underneath us or the floor underneath our feet. The vibration of sound that is moving in through our ears. The sound of water on the keyboard. Breathing of the person next to you. And as I do this, as I turn my attention to all of this, I know that in, through, and as all of that, the chair, the floor, the music, the water, the temperature in the room, that all of this is infused in every part with that thing that I call God. It is vibrating with the life and energy that created this universe, that holds the planets around our beautiful sun. This energy, this vibration, this power of the divine is what gives life and activity to this brand new member of Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living, our new baby, Carmela's grandchild. God is the magnificence of life in this beautiful changing season and golden leaves of the cottonwoods against the cloudy sky the other day. God is in the midst of that. It is vibrating through it. And as I know that Spirit is in all of this, that I can see, that I can perceive, that I can feel, that I can hear, that I can smell, I absolutely know that the divine, its genius, its creativity, its beauty is flowing in me. It is vibrating in my cells. It is at the marrow of my bones. It is in every thought I am thinking. God is. I am. And as I know that to be true, I know that to be true for every person that can hear my voice and beyond. And from this bone marrow knowing, I know too that everyone walks forward from this day with a recognition that Spirit is in every thought and in every action, in every person, in every interaction. In the physical world around, in the words spoken, God is, I am. In the sunset, in my eyes that perceive it, God is, I am. In the bubbles in my dishwater, God is, I am. And so I know that as we walk forward into this beautiful week, we are surrounded by the sacred, and we are infused with the sacred. We are indeed the sacred. And so as I know that we walk through the world with this recognition, with this knowing of the preciousness of our existence, the preciousness of our lives, the influence that we have in the world around us by simply demonstrating and living from that place of knowing that we are all sacred, I know that we have a transformed world that ripples out from each of us and every action. And for this opportunity to come together today, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to know that all there is to do is to remember the truth that God is and I am, and it is revealed to me in form all around me. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for this gift. Thank you, divine essence of God within me, for the recognition and the remembering. I release my word into that law that can only say yes, 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 and know that it is done. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Namaste.
It's all sacred. So, we have the opportunity now to bring forth our gifts, our monetary gifts, which support this center. As we have mentioned, so many gifts are being shared all the time here, but these are particularly important to keep us lit up. So we did look at the sacred lights and feel the sacred warmth. And if we can put the thing up on the screen, we're going to say our blessing. If you have a gift with you or you just want to hold your intention over your heart and say, I am abundant and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed and I give from my blessings. Blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars. And so I give and receive generously. So it is.
Well, how perfect that the next song of Annie's we're going to do is called Life's Blessings. Is that right?
Yeah, and this is one that doesn't work unless everybody sings on it. It's a campfire tune, so we'll just have a campfire right here with those lovely candles. Battery operated campfire, of course. But the chorus is, don't forget life's blessings, keep love in your heart. It's that simple, right? So you'll get it. We'll sing it a bunch, and you have to sing it at the end. So I want to hear all of you, okay? No pressure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, you know that life brings changes, and sometimes those changes come along when the timing don't seem right. But if you paid attention to your lesson, then you know everything's gonna be alright. Alright, here we go. Don't forget life's blessings. Don't forget life's blessings. Keep love in your heart. Keep love in your heart. Let's do it again. Don't forget 'em. Don't forget life's blessings. Keep love in your heart. Keep love in your heart. Sometimes that road you're traveling on, it goes on and on and on and on for miles. Even
Ben Schlosser, Victor Padilla, and John Talon with us today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please visit Annie back at her merch table there, because it's really kind of tough making a living as a working musician. I can contest to that. So go back there and pick up some original music to take home. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, Annie. We really appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for singing with me. That is a gift. Thank you so much.
So let us just take a moment as we have received that and count our blessings and just bless all that has come forward, both symbolically in these baskets and all that has come forth through online giving, through texting, through all the different ways that people give. So I'm just blessing this, knowing that it is for the benefit of this community. It is for this community to be able to continue to thrive and be who it is. To be the power of love in action. And so we receive these with gratitude and we circulate them with gratitude. And so it is. So just a couple of quick reminders. We do have practitioners available for prayer after service in our prayer garden over here, signified by chairs and plants. That's how you know it's the prayer garden. But there will be practitioners available. Please drop by, take a few minutes, enjoy the blessing, and let them be blessed by blessing you. So there you go. And we have, after service, our shared meal. Sometimes it's a lot of meal. Sometimes it's a lot more muffins. It all depends. But there's stuff, and there's drinks, and there's fellowship. So hang out. It's in the hall, the other side of the kitchen there. So we invite everyone to be a part of that. Before we get to our announcements and our benediction, and then our closing song, I'm going to take a couple moments, and I hope you'll indulge me. I'm going to take a couple moments because there's been a little bit of confusion, and I just want to clarify a couple things and also invite you to be a part. So, one of the big problems we have here at RGCSL is that we have too much going on. And we're beginning to run into each other, and we're discovering that scheduling is more of an issue because we have events happening, we have a class coming up, we have a concert guest weekend happening in February, and that's all amidst the regular stuff like the strategic vision team and our space team, which is managing lots of things. And then, of course, we have our staff, we have Nancy in the office, and we have our lovely leader of musical inspiration who's whispering in the back corner. And, so we have all of that going on here. And we have the ways in which this community holds each other. Yesterday, literally, I had at least 3 people directly from the community sweating and playing in the dirt of boxes with me for the day, and that's just giving to one another. It's just how we support one another, and I see it happen in unofficial ways. I see it happen through our compassionate care in official ways. It's really beautiful. We have the healing ministry that's been happening here after service on a pretty regular basis, and that's been quite wonderful. So, as a community, I would have to say we are committed. Would you agree? Yes. Absolutely. So what's coming now is what we're calling Join In 2024. I know that Sherry has worked very hard on this, Sherry Noon, and there have been some publications and some announcements, and bear with me, Sherry. So Join In 2024 is our opportunity to commit in a formal way, which allows us to kind of track better what's happening, because now we're getting so much happening here. And so I did a little thinking about this. I realized that we probably minimally have about 3,000 hours a year of volunteer time. That's probably a minimal amount. And of course, all of that is hinged on people giving their certain talents and gifts, which support those different hours. And then we have our staff and our rent and utilities and programming and all of our monetary expenses. And if we just take Sunday mornings as a yardstick, and we say roughly with online, virtual community, and in-house community, we have roughly 60 people. And I don't have the official budget for you, but I'm throwing out a number that's close. About $230,000 a year to maintain our rent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you take that with 60 people, it's $75 a week, or $325 a month. Now, the reason I tell you this is not so that everyone can go, oh, that's a lot. What do I do now? It's just to land on the reality, just to help us understand what it takes. And so when we're asking people to do the join in, become a partner, and commit to your hours and your giving and your actual dollars and cents giving, we're doing it in part so we can make sure we can meet that, so we can have it going forward. We have been increasing in income steadily. So there's no horrible thing happening. I'm just putting it out there. Some people can give that, some people can give less, some people can give more. All of us can probably challenge ourselves, both in time, talent, and in our giving. So I am just here today asking all of us to be with that this week, to be with your commitment for how you want to be a partner here. I think Marilyn and I can commit to, by Thursday, you will have a link to a form that works. So it'll come out okay, it may be done now, but I guarantee there'll be a link that will come out so you can get to it. And in the next couple of weeks, we'll be inviting people to sign up here as well. And what that does is help us just evaluate how we're going forward. And all of us get the chance to declare our partnership. We already do it. Everybody's already doing it. So this is just an opportunity. The thing I like to remember is, when we do a test, it's not really a test, it's a testimony. It's testifying to what we know, and this is that same thing. It's testifying to what we're already committed to. So that is my invitation. And with that, I appreciate your time and your listening. And I invite Brian to come forward with our announcements. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Yvette. I don't even have words. So much got said, so much got covered. I'm just blown away. This unification piece, like one, right? When we are unifying, we are making something one. We're making something that we might perceive as diverse or different or whatever into one. So if that's what we're here to be doing and what we're here to be, who's included? Right? What activities are included? How about the stuff we don't like? Even that, right? Make it all sacred because, it already is. So it's about knowing and recognizing that it's all sacred. Healing today is going to be Susan Solari, who I think is already set up in the back. Thank you for that. The Soup, Salad, Swag, and Song Holiday Gala is Saturday the 16th from 6 to 9. Bring some soup, and you'll even get a little bit of a discount on what it's going to cost. How many people access Breeze? How many people know about Breeze? For those of you who don't, see someone on the board, see Reverend Gill, see somebody who knows about Breeze, because it's all in there. Okay, if you're not checking out Breeze every day, you're missing a lot. So So please don't miss a lot. There's so much going on, and we can only cover so much in announcements. So make sure that happens. Name tags. How many people have one of these? It took me a while to get it. And I'm wondering, where the heck's my name tag? And then I realized, oh, I have to let someone know to make me a name tag. So if you don't have one, see somebody about getting one made. We can take care of you on that one. It's a good thing. Enjoy the food that we have back there. If you want to make some food, who knows how to cook? Who would like to learn how to cook? Cook something, bring it, okay? It's a good thing. The next women's circle is Thursday the 16th, 7 to 8:30. Please be there. It's going to be fun if you're a woman. And, you know, if you identify as a woman, if you're a woman, show. Just be there. Have fun. The holiday choir is going to be meeting the next 4 Wednesdays, 6:30 to 8. Please be there if you like to sing. If you want to sing, you don't have to know how to read music. The songs are going to be on recording so you can practice and learn. It's going to be a lot easier. So if you're worried about, ooh, can I? Yeah, you can. Okay? So make sure you do that. Let's see, who else? Hilda. Why do I call you Gilda? I want to call you Gilda. I don't know. It's just, I had an aunt that you remind me of. Anyway, Grace and Hilda.
All right, that's why.
Maybe that was Gilda. It was Gilda and Hayes.
Hi, everyone. As Brian mentioned, we're having a gala on the 16th, and it's going to take a lot of help to make that happen. So we have sign-up sheets in the back. As Brian mentioned, we're going to do soup and salad and song and swag, which Gil came up with. But we really need your support. We're going to have a meeting after here, hoping that people sign up. And I'm going to turn it over to Grace.
Okay. Hi. Just a quick little thing. So after over lunch, let's just meet over there. And I don't know if you said it takes a village. It does, as we know. And I just want to tell you about the silent auction already. There's like a lot of donations coming in, and these official donation forms are out in the social hall. And it's really important when you get a donation to have this attached so that we can track it and, know the value and all of that good stuff. And you can leave it with Nancy, your donations, or hold them until December 3rd. And if you get a great donation a little bit after December 3rd, that's great too. So, thank you. That's it.
We need your help.
Oh, and I'm calling it a fundraiser.
And a funk raiser.
Like that?
Hey, everybody. Thanksgiving. We're looking pretty good there. I saw 11 people sign up besides me and Michael. So it appears that about 24 people are going to be coming at least. So it looks like we're definitely going to have it. I wasn't sure we're having it, even if it's just you and me, right?
That's right.
All right.
Thanksgiving Day?
Yes, at noon. Thanksgiving Day at noon.
People allowed to invite family members or people like
Anybody they want. Even if people they don't know, they can invite them. So, huh?
It's a way to meet people.
That's right? Hey, come to my center. All ready? Right. See you there. Right on.
Super quick here. I'm Mike. Over there are more of the brochures for the event. We're still trying to figure out whether the QR code is working, so the team is working on that. There's a sign up in the back. It's Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living 2023 Holiday Ornament Crafting sign up sheet. I will be bringing all of the materials. You have to worry about nothing because I've got tons of materials. I'm trying to get on this sheet the preference. It's either going to be Saturday, December 2nd or Saturday, December 9th here. So here's the sign-up sheet. It'll be in the back, and just let us know. Also, last week, I handed this out. I'm going to put this over here. This is kind of an overview of the things that are going on between the ornament event and the gala. So it'll be over with that material too, if you want to take it home and kind of ruminate over it and just have some place where you can keep notes. This is kind of more of a memory stimulator. So come, I'll be around for a while. Come see me or any of the team that's working on the gala afterwards if you have any specific questions. Thank you.
Okay, what an exciting morning, but once again, let's bring it internal. And those 3 magic breaths. Let's all together take a deep breath in, and out with it goes every thought of everything that's happened up until this very moment. Another deep breath in, and out with it goes every thought of anything that might happen next. One more deep breath in, and out with it, the individual mind relaxes and drops into the loving presence of God that is being everything we see and everything else. From this place, from this presence of God, we can remember all of our blessings. We can keep love in our heart. We can remember this too is God, and take the essence of today's message out into the world, into the everydayness of life. And as again, we don't do this work just for ourselves, but we offer it out for the benefit of all beings, knowing it's already so. And for this we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Molly. And I'd like to invite the songwriter of our next song is right here with us. Yvette Trujillo wrote this closing song, and she came up with this at the retreat up in Pecos.
Can I get, thank you.
We did it last week, and it was very well received, so we're going to do it again this week. And as we did last week, if you feel comfortable, let's make a circle and hold hands. If you'd rather not hold hands, just put your hand on your heart, and you can have a contactless experience. You still belong here. And
There we go. There are the words.
and we're just kind of waiting for the right lyrics up there.
Oh, different words, yeah. There we go. No, there we go.
I want to mention that Annie plays at the Thirsty Eye the third Thursday of every month. So talk to Annie about the Thirsty Eye, how to get there, when she'll be there, what time she starts, etc., etc. Don't you all look so lovely?
Look at all of you.
We'll do a little intro. It's a waltz. You can waltz. 1, 2, 3, 2. Here we go. Wherever you are, wherever you go, you're still in our hearts. You still belong here. If you don't see you, wherever you
You still belong here.
We're going to listen to that beautiful flute a little bit. And when you return,
And when you return, we will be right here. You're still in our hearts. You still belong here. You're still in our hearts. You still belong here.
happy Sunday.